Gemini, and welcome to your October general reading. Now please excuse me, I've got a really sore throat. What sticks out to me in your reading, even before I start here, Gemini, is you've got two fives, but you've also got two aces. So two aces are about new beginnings, and fives are about change, but a change through difficulty. So I think there's going to be a bit of a tension this month, Gemini. If you don't want to hear it, you just have to switch off, basically. I can only work with what I've got here. Just give me a minute. And there's two fours, so stability. But you've definitely got change. And I'm going to pull you a major card that's going to tell you really what this month's about here. So you start October, okay, completing things, basically, the World card. There's things that want to be completed in your life, okay? That's what the fives are about. They're a change process, but they're changed through difficult circumstances, okay? But something really wants to change here, Gemini. You start with the Five of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So just give me a minute. The Five of Cups is about sometimes emotional loss. It can be a grief card. It can be about feeling sad. Maybe some things haven't gone the way that you wanted them to. You're right in the middle of a process here, Gemini, because there's a new beginning here that wants to come forward, because you've got two aces, okay? But maybe you're still stuck right in the heart of this five and you can't move your life forward, particularly emotionally. But here comes this Ace of Wands, which is pushing you. The Ace of Wands would be like your spinal column, yeah? Energy, action, actualizing, making decisions and acting, because unless you do the action, it's not going to happen. And this Ace of Wands is trying to empower you to move forward. And I think it's particularly emotionally. But I think there's some resistance here. I don't know, that's what I'm picking up. Because what you most want is to be left alone, to rest, to recuperate. And the Four of Swords is also a healing card. It's when, you know, in times when you just pull yourself back from life in order to rest, to build your energy up, to recuperate. But you most want peace. I think there's been a little bit of, there is some conflict around you, Gemini, basically. And what you most want is just this, to almost switch off from it all. Now, your supportive energy for the whole month is a really powerful card. You've got the Six of Wands. There's success pushing you. The sixes, again, are about balance. This is what's pushing you forward, but you're not going to get to the six unless you go through the tension and the difficulties of the fives, okay? This is success, positive outcomes, achievement, and this is your supportive energy of the whole month, as the world is. Something wants to be completed here, and I really think your resistance to do it, Gemini, is actually a state of mind, and you've got the energy and you're being supported in moving forward, because what's going against you is the conflict card, okay? So you most desire to rest, almost to be left alone. You've got the success card and you've got the Ace of Wands, which is pushing you forward to accomplish things, to complete things. But what's not allowing you to rest is there's conflict between people, basically. This quite often shows up when it's like emailing conflicts or texting, but there's quite a lot of, some Geminis might have a lot of arguments around you, or just a couple of difficult circumstances, and that's probably why you want the Four of Swords so much. I've almost got this picture, some Geminis are going, oh, I can't bear this, I just want peace and quiet. But Gemini, this is for you. It's not going against you, because the Six of Wands is pushing you forward to victory. And the outcome is the Empress, which is about love, okay? So you're going to have to ride this storm here. In your relationship house, you've got the Eight of Swords. I do my love reading separately. So this is about feeling restricted. But Gemini, and I don't very often say that because I really get the Eight of Swords, and sometimes that feeling can be real, but this is your own thinking that's keeping you stuck, because the gaps are wider than she is. So all she needs to do is get up, and it's only a little bit of a golden rope that's tying her hands together. She just needs to get up and to walk through these swords, and she's free. But I almost feel that you're trapping yourself in a mental loop here. Work and money, you've got the Four of Discs. So I don't know what that's about in working money. Holding on to security. You might be holding on, not giving very much of yourself in the workplace. You could be trying to preserve what you've already worked for. That sort of thing. The Four of Discs is a holding back energy. You're trying to preserve maybe your position at work. You're trying to preserve the work that you have got, that you have achieved up to now. Sorry, I just got you another card in the relationship house, and you've got the Chariot, which is about moving forward. There's definitely a tension here, Gemini. Okay, it's just so obvious that you're being pushed forward, but your mind is resisting it. That's what I'm picking up here. It might be fear. It's generally fear of what other people are going to think of us, fear of what will happen if I make these changes. But you've been pushed to complete things, Gemini. If you resist, you resist. But that's when we tend to get ill. That's when we fall into very difficult patterns, when we resist the changes that want to happen. Your inner life is another ace, new beginnings. 2 aces in a reading. And a Six of Wands is about new beginnings and balance being restored. So on an inner level, you might be contemplating moving house, relocating, new job, new business, that sort of thing, okay? It's all potential. It's an ace, which is a seed. So nothing's flowered yet, because it's maybe waiting the right conditions. So there's this new beginning, Gemini, that wants to happen for you. And then when you get to the Empress is about having the right conditions so your life can actually start to flower. So this Ace of Discs would grow in the environment of the Empress. She's free, she's prosperity, abundance, love, birthing new ideas, birthing new potential. But this is a month for you of change. Gemini, I would not try and hold back this energy if I was you, because you're being supported in making changes and moving forward. What's holding you back is thinking, okay? Conflict, the fives. People don't want to get through the fives because they're always about that difficult energy. about being out in the cold, conflict, emotional sadness. But that's how we get to the sixes. That's how we get the new beginnings and the balance and the harmony. There's no other way to that but through it, Gemini. I would not resist this month at all if I was you. I wouldn't put up a fight. I would allow myself to be carried forward. Okay, Gemini, I hope this helped. I've told you what I would do. You're being supported towards success and victory, and only you can block it. Okay, and what's going to block it is a state of mind, that mind of feeling trapped, which is really only, it's actually not real, because the Chariot's also helping and supporting you to move forward. There's new beginnings that want to happen here. And I think towards the end of the month, Gemini, if you go forward and let the energy work for you, you move into the Empress, which is prosperity, happiness, love, sensuality, contentment. I see that you got the Empress twice. The Empress is everything that's good about life, basically. But you're going to have to go through the fire, Gemini, to get there. And if I was you, I'd go. I would just keep walking and complete whatever needs to be completed in your life. Okay, Gemini, I'll be back for the love readings in a few days. Loads of love. Bye.